we go ahead with our worship procedures and continue to take up. The members also looked about we need to work hand in hand and also ensuring the production of reports. And I think these are issues that we need, or the committees need to continue to do it, so that they need to be continuously doing their work and then feed the committee with the reports that they have, so that they will be able to table it with all the relevant stakeholders, and also the executive will be part of it. And I think it has been said again, many people have talked about the standpoint that the Justice Ministry had to do, because they are the ones who are coming with these regulations, and more regulations are going to come. So they should be ready. The team should be expanded and also make sure that they pass this information to all their offices in all their regions. They have their officers in all the regions, so they should be expanded and they should be provided with all the relevant information so that they work with the committee to walk the length and breadth of this country and make sure that the message gets to all the people in this country. And as alluded to by some members, the expansion of the activities of the committee has to go into the rural areas. And that's the first point that they need to do, is to make sure that they do a general tour in the rural areas so that more sensitization are done, people are getting on board. I have to say that the regional health directors are doing very well. We at the level of West Coast had a meeting with the regional directorate, and they are giving assignment to most of the community radio stations in West Coast for this next 3 months to be broadcasting special messages that are going to be relayed on those community radios by the public health officers. Our role there as National Assembly members is to buttress the speech and also the information and the messages that are being relayed on those community radios, so that people understand the need to adhere to all the advices that are coming from the health experts. And I think that can be replicated in all the other regions to enable the community radios and also use the other channels of communication using the traditional communicators to enable them to pass on these messages for people to understand the issues that are affecting the lives of the Gambian people. And I think, as I said, this is a trying moment for all of us. As Gambians, as people's representatives, we need to work very hard, and we will ensure that we work through with all the agencies and health committees and other institutions so that we make sure that these messages are put in the right place and is communicated very well to the people. When it comes to the funding, the committee is going to do a lot of monitoring, and they will going to scrutinize these policies so that they will have to report back to the executive the extent of the impact assessment that they are going to do. That's why in my deliberation I said the role of the National Disaster Management Agency in this is very key. It is the coordinating body of disaster programs in this country, including health. They should be at the forefront doing the impact assessment, doing a vulnerability test, and ensuring that what people need in their communities, so that in case of rebate and also tax waiving, so that information can be passed to the relevant institution, especially the Ministry of Finance, so that they consider the issue of refunding or also supporting the vulnerable members who are affected on this public emergency, which is not a lockdown. And as I said, these are issues that need to be clarified, and a lot of stress is being made on how best do we ensure that we put our acts together as a country and follow suit the report and also the advice from our health personnel, especially coming from the global organization WHO, so that we all join our hands together to fight the pandemic. On that note, Honorable Speaker, I want to urge this Assembly to approve this committee set up with amendments so that they can start their work tomorrow. Thank you.
Point of clarification, Madam Speaker.
Pardon?
Point of clarification. Point of clarification. Yes. Okay. All right, thank you. As it pleases you, Madam. Madam, the mover I think he made a mistake. Honorable Omar Dabo is not a Environment Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Noted, that will be, yeah.
Thank you very much, honorable members. May I now put the question, be it resolved that this honorable assembly do approve the motion to establish a special select committee to perform oversight and monitor the implementation of the state of public emergency for 45 days approved by the National Assembly. Want me to include as amended by the suggestions of National Assembly members. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. So thank you. The ayes have it. Yes, thank you very much. Clerk, can we proceed with number, I think the fourth?
Motions without notice.
Without notice, yes.
Standing Order 68-4. Motion to extend the committee stage of the following bills. By the Vice Chairperson of the Standing Committee on Human Rights and Constitutional Matters on the National Human Rights Commission Amendment Bill 2019.
Thank you, Clerk. May I invite the Chairperson of the of the Standing Committee on Human Rights and Constitutional Matters to move a motion for the extension of the committee stage of the bill entitled Constitutional Amendment Bill 2019. Do you have the list of the bills on your other papers? Yes. Yes, that's one of the bills that were referred. You recall that certain bills were referred to the various committees, and considering the situation and the fact that we've lost a lot of time, and there's a time frame in the standing orders, 13 weeks or 16 weeks. So I think there is need for the chairpersons to report to the plenary and ask for an extension. So, Honorable Vice Chair of the Standing Committee on Human Rights and Constitutional Matter. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On the Standing Order 68-4, I rise to move that this August Assembly do allow the Standing Committee on Human Rights and Constitutional Matters extension on the Constitution Amendment Bill 2019 and report back to the plenary. Thank you.
And yes, Lower Salum.
I rise to second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded that this Honorable Assembly do extend the committee stage of the bill entitled the Constitution Amendment Bill 2019. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it.
Vice Chair of the Select Committee on Health, Women, Children, Disaster, and Humanitarian Relief on the Sexual Offense Amendment Bill 2019.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to move the motion for the extension of the bill, the Sexual Offences Amendment Bill 2019. Yes.
Any seconder? Yes, Nyamina East.
Thank you. I rise to second the motion.
Thank you. It has been moved and seconded that this Honorable Assembly do extend the committee stage of the bill entitled the Sexual Offences Amendment Bill 2019. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. Thank you.
Chairperson of the Select Committee on Education, Training and ICT on the Access to Information Bill 2019.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to move that this August Assembly approves the motion to extend the committee stage of Access to Information Bill 2019 to next session, until next session.
Thank you very much. I rise to second. Thanks.
Much. It has been moved and seconded that this August Assembly do extend the committee stage of the bill entitled the Access to Information Bill 2019 until next session of the Assembly. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. Thank you. Next bill.
Vice Chairperson of the Standing Committee on Human Rights and Constitutional Matter on the Constitution Amendment Bill 2019.
Sorry. Remove the amendment, the constitutional amendment. So now it's the human rights. Yes. So can we read that again?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Under Standing Order 68-4, I rise to move that the August Assembly do extend the committee stage on the Human Rights Commission Amendment Bill 2019. Thank you.
Konda, yes, nominated member Ndeyasin.
Thank you very much, Ma. I rise to second that I rise to second the motion that it's extended.
Thank you. It has been moved and seconded that this Honorable Assembly do extend the committee stage of the bill entitled, I was talking about, no, the actual,
Human rights.
Sorry, it has been moved and seconded that this Honorable Assembly do extend the committee stage of the bill entitled Human Rights Commission Amendment Bill 2019. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. Thank you. We proceed.
Committee on the Gambia Anti-Corruption Bill 2019.
Madam Speaker, in compliance with Standing Order 68-4, I move that the committee stage for the consideration of Anti-Corruption Bill 2019 be extended.
Thank you very much. It has been seconded. Yes, Funi Jarol.
Thank you, Ma. I rise to second the motion.
Thank you. It has been moved and seconded that this Honorable Assembly do extend the committee stage of the bill entitled the Gambia Anti-Corruption Bill 2019 until the next session of the Assembly. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it.
Vice Chairperson of the Standing Committee on Human Rights and Constitutional Matters on the Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters Bill 2019.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. As per Standing Order 68-4, I rise to move that this August Assembly do allow extension of the committee stage on the Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters Bill 2020 and report back to the plenary. Thank you. 20? No, this one is 2020. That's what they put there. I think it came later. 2019.
I have 2019.
You have 2019.
Okay,
Okay, then 2019.
Thank you.
Let me repeat it, Honorable. It's okay.
Lower Nyomi.
Madam Speaker, I rise to second the motion.
Thank you very much. It has been moved and seconded that this Honorable Assembly do extend the committee stage of the bill entitled on Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters Bill 2019. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. Thank you very much, honorable members. Can we just bear a little bit? We're moving on to the next item on the each. To take a short break, 15 minutes, and we come back, 10, 15 minutes. What do you say? We take a short reset, we continue. Party, we continue.
I move that we continue.
The young men yeah. You're not fair to some of us.
Motion to withdraw a bill, Standing Order 76. Motion to withdraw the Women's Amendment of Discriminatory Law Bill 2019 by the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice.
Thank you, honorable members. We had earlier only received a notice from the Attorney General and Minister of Justice that he intends to withdraw two bills that were tabled during the previous session. And on that note, I would now invite the Honorable Attorney General to move his motions respectively. Honorable AG, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable members. Madam Speaker, may I be guided further in terms of the motion? Should I move for both together or one at a time? One at a time. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I move to withdraw the Women's Amendment of Discrimination Laws Bill 2019. And the reason for this withdrawal motion is to enable the ministry adopt a different approach to the tabling of the different legislations that are captured in this bill before the House. So we are coming back in a different way, but we wanted to withdraw this bill as a first step before we do that. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any seconder? Yes, honorable member for Opanyomi.
Very much, Madam Speaker, for giving me the floor. I second the motion.
Honorable, it has been moved and seconded that the bill entitled the Women's Amendment of Discriminatory Laws Bill 2019 be withdrawn. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. The bill is hereby withdrawn.
Second motion. Motion to withdraw the Information and Communication Amendment Bill 2019 by the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, honorable members. I move to withdraw the Information and Communications Amendment Bill 2019. Again, the reason is that the Ministry of Information and Communications Infrastructure wishes to consult further on this, and I believe the consultations include either the Select Committee on ICT of this House, and in order to provide an opportunity for that consultation to take place so that any feedback could be incorporated in the bill to be presented back to this House. That is the purpose of this motion. I respectfully request, therefore, that this House approves the withdrawal of this bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Minority Second.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the motion.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the bill entitled the Information and Communications Amendment Bill 2019 be withdrawn. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and thank you very much, Honorable members. We appears as everybody is in a hurry. Can we move over to the, yes, your release, Honorable AG. Thank you. Yes.
Can I? Motion. Motion on the adjournment debate. Bill resolved that this August Assembly do stand adjourned Sunny night by the Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, you'll observe that it is rather unusual to begin or to start the adjournment debate at the last minute of the sittings of the Assembly. However, as we all understand, we are in extraordinary times which require extraordinary measures. And it is for that reason, and in consultation with the Assembly Business Committee, that will start the adjournment debate today. Therefore, in accordance with the provisions of the Standing Orders 13, subclause 5, to move to die. I will therefore appeal to honorable members the standing orders regarding the adjournment debate, and also to take into consideration in the session. I would therefore invite the Honorable Majority Leader to move the motion for the Assembly to adjourn sine die. Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in accordance with Standing Order 13.5, I move that this August Assembly do stand adjourned sine die. Honorable Speaker, in moving this motion, I would like to give this Assembly a summary of what transpired during this first ordinary session for the period 16 March to today, Monday, 6th of April 2020. Honorable Speaker, during the course of our deliberations, we considered and adopted records of votes and proceedings of the daily sittings of the National Assembly. Honorable Speaker, unfortunately, for the first time, we could not proceed with our questions for oral answers with the various honorable ministers. However, we will urge the Office of the Clerk to ask honorable ministers provide copies of the answers to the various parliamentary questions for the members' record. Honorable Speaker, the undermentioned reports were tabled, considered and adopted by the Assembly. Report of the Committee on Selection on the nomination of membership to the following committees of the National Assembly. A. Public Petition Committee. B. Subsidiary Legislation Committee. All were led by my humble self. And then the report of the Auditor General on the audited financial statements of the central government of the Gambia for the year ended 31st December 2017, tabled by Honorable Minister for Finance and Economic Affairs, was referred to the Finance and Public Accounts Committee for further scrutiny. Honorable Speaker, the oral ministerial statements on the implementation and monitoring of the annual budget by Honorable Minister for Finance and Economic Affairs was deferred until next session on the request of the Honorable Minister. The Minister for Health made an oral ministerial statement on the Gambia state of preparedness regarding the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. Motions. Honorable Speaker, during the course of this session, the following motions were tabled, considered, and approved. The motion for the extension of a period of state of emergency in the whole of the Gambia, in accordance with Section 34(2) of the 1997 Constitution, for a period of 90 days, effective 3rd of April 2020, led by the Honorable Minister, the Attorney General, and Minister of Justice. Honorable Speaker, the motion to confirm the appointment of Mr. Bakari Sanya as Ombudsman in accordance with Section 1641 of the 1977 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia by Her Excellency the Vice President of the Republic was referred to the Public Appointments Standing Committee for scrutiny. Honorable Speaker, bills. In accordance with the standing orders, the committee stage of the under-mentioned bills were extended until next session. 1. The Constitution Amendment Bill. 2. Gambia Anti-Corruption Bill. 3. National Human Rights Commission Amendment Bill 2019. 4. Sexual Offences Amendment Bill 2019. 5. Access to Information Bill 2019. And 6. Legal Mutual Assistance in Criminal Matters Bill 2019. Honorable Speaker, the under-mentioned bills were withdrawn from the Assembly by the mover, Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice, in accordance with other standing orders. Information and Constitutional Communication Bill 2019, Women's Amendment of Discrimination Laws Bill 2019. Honorable Speaker, this August Assembly is here today to commence the motion on the adjournment debate for the Assembly to stand adjourned, sign, and die. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of both sides of the National Assembly, I wish to seize this opportunity to express our solidarity with the people of the Gambia during this trying moment due to the coronavirus and pandemic. We assure them of the Assembly's continued resolve to serve the supreme interests of the Gambia and ensure proper scrutiny of Gambia's government's action in the implementation of the state of public emergency. Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank you all for your foresight and dedication to duty during this course of this session. I would also like to thank the clerk and the staff of the National Assembly Service for all the support and services rendered to these honorable members during the session. To conclude, Honorable Speaker, in these trying times and extraordinary times in the country, I want to suggest that we adjourn this Assembly, sign and die without further debate. Thank you. I beg to take my seat.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. In compliance to his advice, I just want to second the motion and beg to resume my seat. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It has been moved and seconded that this August Assembly do consider the motion for this ordinary session to stand adjourned, sign and die. Those in, may I proceed without debate? Without debate, good. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. Now,
could one make an observation, small observation? No debate, just observation. Honorable Speaker, we know that Section 164 obliges us to consider the or confirmation of the appointment of an ombudsman within 7 days of presentation. But in this instance, we've seen that our hands are tied. And Honorable Speaker, on Section 108 of the Constitution, what we do in the National Assembly cannot be in terms of application of our standing orders, which requires the submission of the appointment to our appointment committee for scrutiny. It cannot really be questioned in any court. So in this regard, we know what the Constitution says, but there's a disqualification clause which evidently came from the actual statement of the Vice President that the person is still a public officer. And in that regard, confirmation would be a breach of the Constitution. And by virtue of that fact, we should take 164 about the 7 days. But by virtue of this situation too, we cannot move into another illegality. And in that regard, we may not be observing that particular section, just in case it emerges tomorrow. Someone raises questions about it.
Can't we have a way out? Maybe delegate the, or if to the committee today and we do the adjournment sine die tomorrow morning, the committee will report. I'm just thinking aloud, but it has, the procedures have already been followed. So, but we'll take note. Thank you. Yeah, we'll take note. Thank you. You remember the last time it came up, we had that issue and we had to reconvene an extraordinary session just to beat that deadline of 7 days. Yes?
Well, I think the members should, whatever decision we make is our decision. We can revoke our sine die and come up with something else by a motion. So it's left to us, really. And Honorable Speaker, we should do things properly.
The concern there, as we always say, is to make sure that things are done properly. So maybe instead of putting the question to adjourn sine die, I don't know, we adjourn the, sorry. Well, honorable members, we're all brainstorming. Would it be legal for the committee to the assembly to delegate to the committee to look into the appointment and make sure that the nominee is not a public servant, i.e. has resigned, give approval on the authority of the delegated power? I think we'll better be on the safe side. No, I just want to hear views.
Madam Speaker, if the suggestion or the motion or the observation was before...
Thinking aloud now, we can vote against sine die. Yes. Yes. The question is not put. So if I put the question, you can vote against sine die.
Honorable Speaker,
no?
I believe we can, because just recently we have withdrawn a series of motions here that was considered by the Assembly. I think it's better we withdraw the sine die tomorrow. The committee work on this. Tomorrow we come back.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Speaker, this motion for the sine die has already been confirmed. You in fact asked the question whether those who in favor of say yes, those not in favor say no. We've already said yes, and you've confirmed that the yes have it. So which means that one is actually closed. C'est fini. Because you already put the question. You know.
The procedure is for that question to be put, allowing honorable members for their intervention. Now, if there are no interventions, then we come to the final stage of the question. No, it was the first question. Sorry. I think what we can compromise legally is, let's just take note of what the honorable member has suggested. The committee will meet and then we'll take a decision, bearing in mind those provisions. So we will adjourn sine die. But then before adjourning sine die, we take a vote, honorable members, the final question, order please, order, please. The final question to be put is, it has been moved and seconded that this August assembly do stand adjourned sine die without any debates. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. The assembly now stands adjourned sine die. And I wish you all the best back to your constituencies. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum musidal Gambia naɓe hande yewtere am addimi ɗo ko yewtidde ɓiɓɓe Gambia fof affaire o ñaw garanɗo en ɗum woni coronavirus COVID-19 oɗo ñaw ko ñaw mo ganduɗa o lorli aduna o fof e ɗo lorli aduna o fof lekki mum heɓaki taw lekki ki heɓaki kono noon no mbaɗata ha danda hoorema e affaire oɗo ñaw woni gueɗe ɗe garanmi on ɗo haalande ɗum woni ko jomaɓe gande e sengo cellal koɓe jamiri en yo en mbat mbakkiloɗen waktu fof looten juuɗe men cooɗoɗen ha juuɗe men laaɓa kadi caloɗen rendude e dente tawa yimɓe hewɓe waktu goto ɗum wona hen ko yiɗa kadi goto fof yo hej galle mum goto fof saɗa iila maɓɓu kinema saɗa ɗoja maɓɓu hunuko ma waktu fof waktu woodi sabunde nde coɗoɗa ha juuɗe ma laaɓa keddoɗa e nder galle ma